Hi, Pat.
Hi, Wayne.
How you doing?
Great.
You know, we happen to be sitting here in a particular wonderful layout. It's a wonderful living room. There's a reason why we're here today. Well, before I even get to that point, hi, what's your name?
Carmelina.
And you are?
Oscar.
Oscar. Cool. Now, don't you guys go away. Pat, there's a reason I'm here today on Saturday, March 21st. What's the occasion? What's the situation?
Today is World Down Syndrome Day in celebration of people born with Down syndrome and the families that love them and care for them.
Now, I understand, I believe this is like about the 10th year of this. But there's a real underlying purpose. There's sort of like to inform and educate people that there's certain things that we should just know about. Is that sort of like the gist of it, I think?
To raise the level of awareness for Down syndrome, to recognize that people with Down syndrome are not different, or I guess they are different, but
They should be treated a certain way, right?
They should be treated the same. Folks with Down syndrome have the same dreams, the same desires, the same feelings, the same love for others as anyone else that walks the planet. And today is a special day to raise awareness that folks with Down syndrome are just as typical as you and me.
And I think there's an inclusion concept that they should be involved and just accepted into more ways of daily life.
Daily life,
right?
Exactly. That people born with Down syndrome are valuable contributors to our society.
Now, you have a daughter. How old is she?
She's 6.
And we're going to meet her pretty soon.
Yeah.
I know that. But don't you go away. And over here. So look, we're hanging out. We're talking. Your thoughts about even me just being in front of you with a camera. How do you feel with that?
It's very weird. I'm very excited.
But you're okay. Oscar, are you okay with me holding the camera in front of you?
Yes.
I know. I have to pay you certain royalties. I know about that. Your situation at home, what's it like?
It's wonderful. I'm married. I have 3 other children, and they all look up to Oscar. And
Yeah, cool, cool. Have you found sometimes, which is why we want to talk about this, that people don't understand the concept of what really happens and they don't always get involved with things they should be getting involved in? Does that sometimes happen?
absolutely, people I feel scared about either taking care of someone with Down syndrome or including them in their daily activities, not really realizing that they're able to do many things. They just take time for them to get to them, but they'll do them.
And I think that's something that a lot of us really don't understand, that there's normal things and there's things that aren't acceptable, but basically they do a lot of good stuff. And I don't want to put them in a strange category, but
Right.
they're different but the same.
People with Down syndrome are different but the same. Like we said before, they have the same hopes, the same dreams, the same goals to be a good person, to help others, to be educated, to live a happy, good life, just like my dreams are.
I think that we as parents actually focus more on their abilities rather than their disabilities, because they are very able to do many things, just like all of us.
And I think that's what we want people to know. I mean, they could play, they could go to school, they could work, they could do a lot of things that sometimes people wouldn't think is possible, right? Do you find that happening?
Yes.
We do.
I mean, who would have thought that he can use an iPhone and text his girlfriend and look up things in YouTube?
Hold that thought. You text your girlfriend?
Yes.
Does mom know that you do that?
No.
No? Oh. Keep it that way. I'll talk to you about it later. That's cool. Sean, how are you?
I'm good, Wayne.
Okay, we have a couple over here, by the way. I just want you to know that. Sean, you're feeling about what we're talking about, that we want people to just be aware that Down syndrome isn't a negative thing. There's so many positive aspects to it. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the positive things is the kids are so happy. You know, they're very loving. I know, especially with my daughter, she loves to dance, loves music. You know, they're just like normal kids. They're just like what every other kid that age would love.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny because when somebody says, "Oh, what is your daughter like?" You know, the first thing many people expect us to say is, "Oh, she has Down syndrome." But you know what? She likes to dance. She loves Elmo. She prefers bright-colored clothes. She likes to eat applesauce. There's so many things that she loves. I can say 100 things about her before I get to the part that says she has Down syndrome.
And that's the way we want people to really start to think. Because again, we're celebrating this event today, And I think that's the idea of it, to just make people more aware that, hey, there's a lot more good stuff,
More
normal stuff going on here than you would ever imagine.
And people with Down syndrome are more similar than they are different.
As a matter of fact, Oscar, you were telling me you want to be a scientist. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, how come? You like it?
Yes.
You like science?
Mm-hmm.
So when we send people to the moon, you want to go to the moon with me?
Yes.
Ah, I was hoping you would say yes. And I understand that also you like to dance. Is that true?
Yep.
Now look, I missed you before doing it. You want give me a quick little move. Come on. It's okay. Go ahead. Come on, just for a second. All right, now you took me 20 years to learn how to do that. Excellent. One of the things that I think is so important is that people just say, look. By the way, I'm pausing because we have a cute dog right here who just did a really cute little thing. Okay. One of the things that I think is important is that the age, and there's various different age levels, but people still perform at that age level like a normal person. I mean, you're working, right? Is that true?
Yes.
You're doing a little bit of work. Tell me about that. What do you do? Through school, right? I think there's a special program for that.
Yes.
Yeah? Mom, tell me about that program.
Where do
Both of you.
work?
Both of you.
I work on Chartwells.
Chartwells.
Okay.
At what school?
Turner High School.
Very good. Do
Okay.
you still go to Memorial sometimes?
Yes. On Wednesdays.
And what do you do? What do you do over there?
Provide juice, milks, and wrap cookies.
You ever take a couple of cookies home with you?
Yes.
All right. Good man. Good man. But I think that's important. There are certain programs that want to open up more doors and just let people go through those doors. Is that true? Do you find that happening a lot more now?
Yes, absolutely. I think, first of all, that our high school is so wonderful. It has a very wonderful life skill program for them to really get them ready for future's job once they graduate at 21. They start at age 17, where they start with a job coach, preparing them with little jobs internal and around the town to help them get prepared. So when they're on their own, they can actually land a job that is a paying job. So right now, as a training, it's not paying, but they do go to local restaurants to help them clean bathroom, clean the utensils that they use, just to get them ready. And it's just wonderful, the opportunity that I think the community is actually becoming a lot more embracing on looking at their abilities rather than their disabilities once they get to
I am finding that to be very true in Fallon, by the way. I think we have a wonderful community here. We recently just had a grand opening for a inclusionary playground at Verdun Grove to have people on different levels and abilities to go and play together, which I thought was like a fantastic thing. I actually covered that from the beginning to the end, the building of it, but the highlight of it was to have the kids just go and play there. And I loved it. And I think that's something that Fallon is standing out about. Do you think that we're going to just see more and more of that happening? Do you think people are going to actually catch on to what we're talking about?
I think it's changed so much over the years. 50 years ago, children born with Down syndrome were put in institutions. They weren't even kept at home.
I
It was
don't
a
know about
rarity.
you, but when Shauna was born, did they ask you if you even want to keep her? Did they come to you? I mean, they approached me
They
with
actually
a book.
asked that?
Yes, they came to me with a book. He could be like this, he could be like that, and you can either choose to keep him home or institutionalize him. I mean, like, there was
Oh, wow.
no thought whatsoever that I
Not
was
at
going
all.
to keep my own child away. And that's, I think, what a lot of people don't understand. Sometimes you have dealt, or life deals you a different hand, and because you let your peers come across, you actually end up missing on the joy that it is to have a
I
child
would
with Down
agree
syndrome.
100%.
In your
100%.
life.
I found out that Shona would have Down syndrome when I was 13 weeks pregnant. And the doctor called me, or the nurse called me at least 3 times a week, reminding me that I still had several weeks to terminate my pregnancy if I wanted to come in and make an appointment. And I said, well, no, because she's my child, and my husband and I have a great marriage, and we want to have another
Someone's
child.
got to talk to that doctor and smack him around a little bit.
Right?
I'm serious.
The thing is that folks tend to tell you information that scares you, and they fail to tell you how, like Carmelina said, the joy that would be brought to your life, or how you may be changed to become a better person because you have an opportunity to experience something that's different and not typical. And I see the influence of being Shona's mom in my life. I thought I was a nice person then. I think I'm a little even nicer now.
Absolutely.
But I was
You're working harder, but the love is just as strong both ways.
It is,
Isn't
and
it?
but I have a greater appreciation for people in general and people that are different, and I also feel that I have more patience. And I'm a public school teacher, So I do feel that my teaching has been even enhanced so much more because of my experience at home with my own child.
I think the bottom line here really is just to give people an opportunity. And I think once people start to see that someone can perform at a certain level and they're okay and they love people and they can give that love back, that's going to make a big difference too.
Yeah,
And I really believe that. And I just have to show you this because they're wearing these socks. Oh wait, even Sean has two different kinds of socks on. And I think there's a little bit of a concept, and if I got this right, it's called the same dreams people have, but not all have the same genes. So we have a difference here, but it's actually the same. It does the same thing. They just look
Exactly.
different, right?
They
Is that
just
sort of
look
the idea
different.
about it?
Yeah, the idea is that all of the socks, they do the same thing, keep your feet warm. They may look different, but they have the same purpose,
Results.
same results, and they're made with a purpose.
And isn't it true you love both your socks?
Yeah, especially on a cold day like today.
Especially on a cold day like today. Well, I want to thank you all for just chatting with me. Oscar, cool, great meeting you. Thanks. Good luck with your science stuff, okay? And somewhere in the future, I'm going to have you be a guest host with me. Are you okay with that? You want to help me do another show in the future?
Yes.
You got it. Now, I have a little bit of a special... Oh, wait, just give me a wave hello. What's your name?
Ian.
How you doing? You all right? I like you, too. I want to have a little ending that I'm going to put ourselves on pause for to get ready, okay?
Yeah.
All right, folks, stay with me. You have something that you want to read. Can
I
you
do.
read it nice and loud for us, please?
I'd like to read something that really moved me a lot and inspires me, written by Emily Pearl Kingsley. It's called Welcome to Holland, and I hope that it inspires you as well. I'm often asked to describe the experience of raising a child with a disability, to try to help people who have not shared that unique experience to understand it, to imagine how it would feel. Well, it's like this. When you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous vacation trip to Italy. You buy a bunch of guidebooks and make your wonderful plans, the Colosseum, the Michelangelo David, the gondolas in Venice. You may learn handy phrases in Italian. It's all very exciting. After months of eager anticipation, the day finally arrives. You pack your bags and off you go. Several hours later, the plane lands. The stewardess comes in and says, "Welcome to Holland." Holland, you say? What do you mean Holland? I've signed up for Italy. I'm supposed to be in Italy. All my life I've dreamed of going to Italy. But there's a change in the flight plan. They've landed in Holland, and there you must stay. Horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pestilence, famine, and disease. It's just a different place. So you must go out and buy new guidebooks, and you must learn a whole new language. And you will meet a whole new group of people you would never have met. It's just a different place. It's a slower paced place than Italy, less flashy than Italy, but after you've been there for a while and you catch your breath, you look around and you begin to notice that Holland has windmills and Holland has tulips. Holland even has Rembrandts. But everyone you know is busy coming and going from Italy, and they're all bragging about what a wonderful time they had there. And for the rest of your life you will say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go, and that's what I had planned. And the pain of that will never, ever, ever go away, because the loss of that dream is a very significant loss. But if you spend your life mourning the fact that you did not get to Italy, you may never be free to enjoy the very special, the very lovely things about Holland. Emily Pearl Kingsley.
Thank you all for letting me come into your home.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you all for letting me educate the public about everything. God bless
It's
you
been
all.
our pleasure.